In this video, I'm going to show you how to do some of the graphing techniques for section 2.7. For the first question, you're asked to graph the quadratic function, the quantity x plus 4 squared plus 2. This is your basic. You should be already familiar with our basic graph of x squared. And with the plus 4 in the parentheses, that means the parabola has been shifted to the left 4 units. And the plus 2 outside of the parentheses means that the quadratic or parabola has been shifted up 2 units. So the vertex of this parabola is -4, 2, and this parabola opens up. Read those instructor tips as well as watch the videos for each section. So the graph that looks like the parabola that has been shifted to the left 4 units and up 2 units, and for my example is choice D. You can zoom in and count 1, 2, 3, 4. The parabola's been shifted to the left 4 and up 2 units. You can check your answer and then go on to the next one. For this one, we're graphing the absolute value graph. We have to do this using the graphing tools. Our equation is y equals 8 times the absolute value of x. Now the absolute value of x is your basic v graph, but the 8 in front means it's a very narrow v. So using the graphing tool, you choose the one that looks like your absolute value graph, or the v button. Now you want to put the vertex at the origin for this graph, and in this graph, when x is 1, our y would equal 8. So I'm going to do another point at 1, 8, and then you see my v-graph is automatically graphed with a vertex at the origin and a point at 1, 8. You do need to have an idea of where the vertex is while you're graphing these parabolas and absolute value graphs. Let's check our answer and move on to the next question. Okay, here we have the graph y equals 6 over 7 times the absolute value of x. This is another absolute value graph, so we are going to use the v graphing tool. And this one, the vertex is still at the origin, but in this case we would want to find another point. In this case, when x is equal to 1, y would equal 6/7. But I really can't get that point on this just by clicking on the graph paper. I can choose another point that may be easier to graph. For example, when x is equal to 7, I have the absolute value of 7 is 7 times the fraction 6 over 7 is going to equal 6. So that means 7, 6 is a point. Let's see if I can get there. 7, 6 is a point on the graph. When x is equal to 7, the 7's will divide out, y is equal to 6. Now we have a nice absolute value graph that corresponds with the equation. You want to save it and check your answer. All right, our next graph is our basic parabola graph that has been shifted. That -4 outside of the x squared means that the whole graph has been shifted down 4 units. We need to know where the vertex of the parabola is, as well as at least one other point. So let's choose our graphing tool, zooming in, choose the graph that is the parabola, and our vertex in this case has been shifted down 4 units. So our basic x squared graph is a parabola with a vertex at the origin. We're going to shift this down 1, 2, 3, 4 units, and then we're going to click once, and then this pop-up window shows where we have a vertical stretch, a horizontal stretch, a vertical shift, and a horizontal shift. We're going to choose a vertical shift, and let's make it a -4, and let's see what happens. When you do the vertical shift of -4, you see that the graph has been shifted down 4 units. Let's save our answer and check to see that we've got the correct graph. All right, keep on practicing these and continue on with the next videos.